All right. Right there, Yahweh, right there, Chai, Kala Yahweh, right there, Chai, right there, Kakadach. The man of the other postulate Martin Ruwell. Their citation, I can put to the truth. The quadruple corner of the earth to the fear and power of Yahweh, right there, Chai, right there, Kakadach. Don't let. If the word inly called God, name Yahweh. If the word inly called Jesus Christ, name Yahweh Chai. If he really like that consisted of the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, Indian, those aligned descendants go back to the 12 tribe of Israel. Due to the scattering among the nations across the four corners of the earth, through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shah Shai, by Shah Kakadash, which is the Holy Spirit. Right? You know, it's gonna be basically the whole sleeper cell being activated by Iran here in America. That's supposedly, allegedly, the FBI through their intelligence that Iran about to attack. Right? And also, they're gonna attack California with drones. Okay, but a lot of people are waking up to the bullshit and realizing that it's all propaganda. All right, false flag event, psyop. Egypt is losing the war on information. All right, and lo and behold, Iran said they never said anything about attacking America or activating sleeper cells. All right. So we know it's the work of the FBI, CIA, the Mossad. All right. It's the play. All right. Always the same playbook. All right.
Possible Iranian drone attacks on our homeland. A new alert reviewed by ABC News revealing Iran's aspirations to conduct a surprise attack specifically against unspecified targets in California. The FBI saying it's warned police departments across the Golden State now of strikes by unmanned aerial vehicles or drones as tensions rise in the Middle East. Let's get straight to our chief investigative correspondent, Aaron Kantersky. Aaron, what are you learning?
We've reviewed an alert that came within the last couple of weeks, Kira, just recently from the FBI to law enforcement agencies up and down the California coastline, warning that Iran is aspiring now to perhaps launch some kind of a retaliatory attack on the U.S. mainland using drones on the West Coast. The alert that we reviewed said an uncorroborated report suggested that unidentified Mexican cartel leaders had authorized attacks using drones carrying explosives, so they know that capability exists. And the separate alert that we've reviewed, Kira, says that Iran has those same kinds of aspirations. So the U.S. has broadly known for some time that drones could be deployed against the homeland. We know that Iran has been using drones significantly in this 12-day-old war with the United States. That's what killed the first 6 U.S. service members in this war. But now the FBI is specifically warning police agencies in California along the Pacific coastline that Iran is aspiring to use them to attack in the West.
So why California? Why the West?
Good question. And that's not exactly clear, but perhaps there's thought that Iran has these things pre-positioned on ships that are still in international waters or that could float through international waters. We know that we've previously reported, Kira, on Iran's desire to perhaps activate sleeper cells in the United States, although that's certainly far from confirmed or far from anything operational as far as law enforcement knows. It's not clear why the West Coast as opposed to the East Coast, but that's what the alert from the FBI says.
The FBI warning of possible Iranian drone attacks on our homeland. A new alert reviewed by ABC News.
All right, that's it on that. The plot is thickening. All right. The plot is thickening. All right. I don't have these in order, so I'm gonna go to. So right after that, right? Yeah, a couple of things that happened already. All right. So yeah, so remember, this was last week. It was like, oh, 2 drones became missing. All right, the administration think we all have room to portray IQ. 10 days, the FBI issued a warning about a drone attack by Iran on American soil. American drone go missing from a U.S. Army base. How that's possible? When you have Army bases or secure, you can't just walk on a base. That's with a ski mask on and a hoodie on. All right. Just like, so we got that
Coward,
right?
traitor, liar, foe, grabber, tyrant by the toe, fucker, fascist, puppet, show, line 'em up like dominoes. Never bow to a bitch in a toupee, yelling free speech, but controlling what the news say. The Lorax called, it's time to find a new shade. RuPaul's never seen a beat that bad on Drag Race.
Politician.
Ain't it obvious the person in the office is a racist? Black him in the mail, but he opposes immigration. And someone's Abolita. Coward, traitor, liar, foe, grabber, tyrant by the toe, fucker, fascist, puppet, show, line 'em up like
After the Paul Black
dominoes.
attack,
Never bow to a bitch in a toupee, yelling free speech, but controlling what the news say. The Lorax called, it's time to find a new shade. RuPaul's never seen a beat that bad on Drag Race. Ain't it
Israel.
coward, traitor, liar, foe, grabber, tyrant by the toe, fucker, fascist, puppet, show, line 'em up like dominoes. Never bow to a bitch in a toupee, yelling free speech, but controlling what the news say. The Lorax called, it's time to find a new shade. RuPaul's never seen a
All right, so people are starting to see that Iran didn't say they were going to attack California. The FBI did. Right. I'll get the other video in a second. Alright. Okay, here we go. Second Corinthians 2:11. Let Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his device. Right? Satan just be adversary. Alright? You know, he thought Edom is the adversary. Alright? He thought Edom is Satan. Alright? So with that, yeah, about that. Oh, telling the ADO, he thought Edom. Alright? So we're not ignorant of those things. Alright? We have given the eye to see and understand these things, these false flags and psyops. Alright? And our teeth into that Satan will not outsmart us, but we are familiar with his evil schemes. And that's what our evil scheme is. He thought they scheming. Alright? Right, that's on that. That's the one. Yeah.
Shooter at the Temple Israel Synagogue in Michigan. Now, do not let the media confuse you and blame this attack. Sleeper cells are starting to activate in the United States after police respond to a report of an active shooter at the Temple Israel Synagogue in Michigan. Now, do not let the media confuse you and blame this attack on Iran, because the one who activated this sleeper cell was the United States. Look.
The FBI Detroit held an active shooter training drill situation. I should say, a training drill just 6 months ago at this temple. 6 weeks ago. 6 weeks ago, they held an active shooter training session or drill 6 weeks ago at this temple.
So 6 weeks ago, the FBI go to this Temple of Israel to hold active shooter training drills, and then 6 weeks after, an active shooting happens at the same Temple of Israel the FBI were training at for active shooters. How does that make any sense? But that is all the proof you need to know that the United States is the one that activated this sleeper cell. It wasn't Iran.
That's right. There you have it. Stages that the playbook is being used, so people are now getting hip to the playbook. All right, and then this come out. Inside job at Fort Campbell as U.S. Army admit drone thieves had authorized at the base. Oh, no shit. Everybody knew that. All right, the U.S. Army has been forced to acknowledge that the individual death of war called childless.
How to shop online.
See, so that came out. Hey, go back to the scheme. All right, we're not ignorant. All right, and I can get food and check up in that. All right, so here the enemy will come in like a flood. I mean, that too, but the enemy is going to come in from within. All right, we got to understand who behind what. All right. Because some of these people are going to be CIA and Mossad agent. All right. All right, that is Jeremiah 51 and it's on 11. All right, Jeremiah 51:11. Make bright the arrow, gather the shield, the weapon. The Lord Yahweh shall try to have raised up the fear of the king of the Medes. All right, the Persian. For his device is against Babylon to destroy it. because it is the vision of the Lord Yahweh, the vision of his temple. Set up the standard upon the wall of Babylon with America. Make the watch strong. Make the watch strong. Set up the watchmen. Prepare the ambushes, for the Lord Yahweh hath both devised and done that which he spake against the inhabitant of Babylon, with America. And what had he spoke against Babylon? America's destruction, judgment, great judgment by fire, by nuclear missiles. Oh, that dwelleth upon many waters. Talking about American abundant and treasure, thy end is come. Right, this place gonna have to come to an end. All right, historically, major empires have around 250 years lifespan. All right, States of America last year to. Thine end is come in the measure of thy covetousness. All right, the measure. All right, measure. That's the distance. All right, the time span, the life expectancy of this place is already measured out. All right. So he thought the end of the world was big at the beginning of it that follows. So the time comes to a close. The Lord Yahweh of hosts has sworn by himself. Okay, verse 14, the Lord Yahweh of hosts has sworn by himself, saying, surely I will fill thee with men as with caterpillars. See? Because now it's giving you it's an analogy of men going to be all over the place, come up out of nowhere, like caterpillars. All right, caterpillars, first you don't see them. All right, because they hide underneath the leaf and they blend in because of their color. That's how it is going to be when the attack comes. And they shall lift up a shout against thee. And they'll teach that the Lord of heaven's army has taken his vow and has sworn to it by his own name. Like the Lord of Heaven's army had taken his vow and had sworn to it by his own name. The city will be filled with enemies. Your city will be filled with enemies, like fields swarming with locusts. City will be filled with enemies, like fields swarming with locusts. They will shout and triumph over you. All right, I went to the chat GPT. I think I went into that. Yeah, after the plane. All right, playing Jeremiah 51:14, Book of Jeremiah 51:14, read it. Contact this chapter is a prophecy against Babylon. All right, talk about this Babylon America. The prophet Jeremiah is declaring that the Most High is going to destroy Babylon for its pride, oppression, and destruction brought upon Israel. Breakdown dream without understanding. The Lord of hosts has thrown by himself. All right, so this is to the point. For the dreamer's application and the dreamer's perspective, Babylon's prophecy is often understood as modern-day America, which is spiritually called Babylon the Great in the book of Revelation 17:18. So it's very seen as the Most High raising many nations and armies. All right, verse is seen as the Most High raising many nations and armies against Babylon. Those nations overwhelming it like locusts. Also, from within, it's gonna start from within first. All right. These verses to Babylon, the Troll cooked by fire. Yep, 18. All right, out here. If you wait. If you want, I can also show you a powerful priest that Benji and my teacher used to connect your life one directly to the midst of the book when I go to the midst of They're going to Caterpillar hiding, and they're eating everything up. Of course, went to that bird already. Yeah, just had it. Okay, here it is. Caterpillar and locusts often remain hidden or unnoticed. Then they multiply and suddenly cover the land. This is typically how armies prepare. They build strength. Not in that way. Talking about how you got army bees behind enemy line and blending in, and then. I think I'm almost done with this. Caterpillar devour everything. When caterpillars form, they strip vegetation completely. Nothing is left. This destructive imagery is used repeatedly in prophecy. Alright, Book of Joel 1 and 4. That which the palmer worm had left had the locust eaten, and that which the locust had left had the cankerworm eaten. This showed total consumption, layer after layer of destruction. Spiritually, prophetically, this represents armies invading, city destroying, land laid waste. Study almost in numbers. Caterpillars form in huge numbers. That's the key point in Jeremiah 51:14. Babylon will be filled with invading forces, so numerous they resemble a swarm. Another similar prophecy, Nahum 3:15, for soldiers to cake a worm, and look at that multiply and cover the land. Right. That's pretty much on that. All the points of that. All right. That's pretty much on that. All the points of that. All right. That's pretty much on that. All the points of that. All right. That's pretty much on that. All the points of that. All right. That's pretty much on that. All the points of that. All right. That's pretty much on that. All the points of that. All right. That's pretty much on that. All the points of that. All right. That's pretty much on that. All the points of that. All right. That's pretty much on that. All the points of that. All right. That's pretty much on that. All the points of that. All right. That's pretty much on that. All the points of that. All right. That's pretty much on that. All the points of that. All right. That's pretty much on that. All the points of that. All right. That's pretty much on that. All the points of that. All right. That's pretty much on that. All the points of that. All right. That's pretty much on that. All the points of that. All right. That's pretty much on that. All the points of that. All right. That's pretty much on that. I think I covered all the links. Yep. See? So people trying to wake up. I got one more. Oh, yeah. The Moscow watch out are planning to orchestrate a terrorist incident on U.S. soil, pinning it on Iran to rally backing for American unauthorized conflict, raising Israel interests. For America's unauthorized conflict, raising Israel interests. So, very, very soon, it's about to go down. All right, keep your eyes peeled. Be circumspect. It can go down anywhere at any time. So that's how I want.